I think it's undeniable what that group meant as far as representation to the community, right? I mean, it's so amazing. I always feel like they never got to live up to the potential of what they could have become. Because if you think, like, as a record company, if Joe was able to put out all these successful projects from all the artists, right? Daddy Yankee, all these Latino artists probably would have ended up signing to Terror Squad eventually, and it would have become a powerhouse. Like Joe would have been the Diddy, the Latino, the Puerto Rican Diddy, pretty much. Like it would have been amazing.
So, right, what does the industry do? Right, it did to Jay-Z and you know, what it does to any small group that has that, but like a Cash Money, that had the goals to believe that they could challenge the big guy. And the big guy was who? The guys before him, the Coens, those dudes that took over rap now, and they had a hedge of the White Tower, and where you couldn't reach, but you were used and being abused, and these freestyle rappers, and Terror Squad was the crew. That was where we all banked our hope in. Listen, let me tell you, in Chicago, the most dangerous, that shit was booming. Fat Joe, Terror Squad, go to North Side. They had, rest in peace, Kato, who was down, of course, with DMX, one of his best friends. Kato and the Latin Kings will keep Terror Squad for sure secure. Ain't nobody stepping through the men. Why? They were our pride. They were our joy. They were the representative of us on a stage, challenging the world, saying, we here, we make music, and we got a guy that sing, we got a guy that rap, we just drop, and Pun is coming. They had Charlie Huff. They had so many guys in the back that could freestyle and rap. Anybody I'll put him up against today and could hold not only Big Pun, the crew he walked with. Imagine if they all had the opportunity. But it isn't only Fat Joe that failed him. Everybody says with Joe. Yo, believe me, I know. I try to get in the rap game just as security, not even as a rapper to make that money. Security? Boy, they blackballed me and the Latin King so fast. You get what I'm saying? So don't think that the road, as soon as they seen Terror Squad, that there wasn't Diddy's and big promoters looking how to destroy them, separate them, and take over it so they don't become who you just said. And you could talk to the Locks and those who they try to break up and make them bend to the whim, so the Locks couldn't be who they are historically if they would have bent to the whims of Big Diddy, who he wanted to make them. And I think people forget the pressure that Joe and them, as the first real strong camaraderie group, that the system that was already in place attacked them like COINTEL and try to individualize each of them. And that's when you need a strong camp. If not, they'll destroy you, individualize you, and eat you up so you won't become the next Diddy. The next, right? The next, imagine, Latino powerhouse that owned a label that controlled and helped low rappers like us make it to the top, right? That's the dream, and it could still happen because now, right, that he's individualized, they destroyed the group. They give only individuals, one of them, that like they did with me. King Tone is the king. He's the face, so they doing it to Fat Joe, so they make a target. And good or bad, but he's the target, and they'll keep him successful because they don't lose either way. If you hate him or love him, they make money with him. The ones who lose is us, because half of our community is divided with the other half who loves and hates him, so they make money off that tear in us. So what I'm saying, believe that Fat Joe is suffering and cries at night of some of his wrongs like I do that I can't correct. And I wish, like I did to my brother Poet, who I did a wrong call, embarrassed him in primetime TV and called him something because I thought I was the light. When I came home after 12 years, I met him in a park surrounded by kings, snuck out on parole to tell him I was sorry that I made that wrong move and I put him on TV. And you're right if you wanted to kill me. And all these years you felt bad because I destroyed your life and I couldn't come home without telling you sorry. And that brother forgave me and we walked, and today I'm here because I did that step. I went straight to him because I knew for 13 years all he did was hate me for what I did to him. And he was right for hating me because I made a wrong call. I hurt somebody in my camp. So it's my job to go first and humble myself and say sorry, even though I feel I'm right. That's the first thing. The leader goes first and shows the action of humility, of forgiveness, and gives the opportunity to hear. When my fiance tells me the truth, I get mad, I get barkative. I want to protect because someone don't want to hear where they hurt the person they love most. And I know Joe loved Terror Squad the most. It's his creation, they're brothers. And I know Cuban feels the same, right? But it's hurt so much to hear it directly in the table so then you could breathe and let the person you hurt tell you their story. That's the hardest part of the beginning. But after I give that to my people who I hurt, then they let me, not make an excuse, ask for the forgiveness and understanding that if they perceived it, I did it, and that I forgive myself for letting myself act like that and put that emotion in their heart. And I tell you, it works. You think it's not a pastor shit, it's man gangster shit telling them nigga in the face what you did to hurt them. And I wanted to kill your ass because we crossed the line. But I let you live, nigga. And this is why I hurt so much when I see you, because I feel like a punk. And then you could get your answer and then you could leave it there. And that's what I did with a lot of my beefs. And that's what I recommend that the Latino community and you on your show, we pray and we tell Joe and Cuban to do for us. So we could hear good music once again before we leave. And we could have our Terror Squad battle in some pumping other group. And we feel fucking Madison Square Garden voting for our team.